lot on this table, but there can only be one show.
MTCB.
It's time for the Money Mind Mastery Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? You are now tuned in to the Triple M Podcast. My name is MP.
SB.
And we had an incredible weekend. Busy. Lots of fights.
Yeah, we did a lot.
Did a whole lot of things, man. A whole lot of things. We out here in Gatineau, Quebec. And man, it's a weird ass city. Weird city. You start off in Ottawa. Wow, buildings everywhere. You cross the bridge and it's like, wow, smaller buildings everywhere.
Stoplights from vertical, vertical, then horizontal.
Yeah, that's
weird.
It's a weird switch, you know. It's just 50 minutes away and it changes up like that.
There's no Tim Hortons. I haven't yet to see Tim.
Oh yeah, usually there's
Quebec.
Tim Hortons on every street.
I know,
but now there's a Tim Hortons in every city. One in every city. That's weird, man. Hella weird. But it was a great weekend. We came out to support our boy Steve, the Dragon Claggett, over here in Gatineau. Got the W, and we go recap the whole weekend. But before we do, we gotta start off with the gratitude series. We always want to start it off with a positive note. SB, man, you kick it off this time.
Man, this weekend, our first business / tourist. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Our first trip. We got to see. Again, our goal is to build this Canadian boxing scene, specifically, in Alberta, specifically in BC, but Canada as a whole. Boxing is not as big, as the UK, as the United States, or anywhere in Europe, right? It's a building and it's a growing scene, and I'm grateful that we're able to actually experience that.
Yeah,
seeing the support from all the locals here in Gatineau is amazing, and I can't wait to go to Montreal and check that out and actually see what they're doing right, because Steve said in our previous podcast episode, that is the mecca of boxing here in Canada. So man, I'm just grateful to actually see it. It's my first time being here in Gatineau. It's my first time seeing a professional Canadian boxing, first time seeing Steve fight live. It exceeded my expectations.
There
so I'm
you
really
go.
Grateful for
there
that,
you go.
man,
A+, huh?
Yeah, it was. Went from the top seat to the middle, and then we ended up ringside when Steve fought. So, man,
Sick.
see, I didn't expect that to happen. So I'm really grateful this weekend.
Yeah, same here, man. I'll co-sign that. I'm extremely grateful for the opportunity for us to actually travel to Quebec. Well, Quebec, and experience the scene out here. It's pretty eye-opening when you compare it to
Totally
the fight
different
audiences, or not even audience, but the whole vibe from the Western side.
Yeah,
like these guys are ride or dies for their fighters, man.
crazy.
I guess it's anywhere, but just the atmosphere was just something else.
Yeah,
I loved it. So let's recap the whole fight weekend. Well, the whole fight night. Amazing fights. We got there around 6:30, right on opening.
Yeah.
And as soon as we got there, we were thinking, oh man, we're gonna be the first ones. We're gonna just be sitting there chilling. We get some food.
Line,
man,
right
big
away.
ass line. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here, bro? It's crazy. So that just goes to show that, dude, they ride or die for these guys, man. And we really need to see that more now than ever on
the western
side, on the west side. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
But as soon as we got there, who did we see first? We saw I think the Moreno guys.
Yeah.
And it went all the way down. And like what you said, we started off at the very top of the theater.
Yeah.
And we slowly making our way down
ringside.
No one sitting down there?
Yeah.
Man, let's go down there, right?
It was a 11 fight card. It was filled with, obviously, all the fighters were Canadians, basically facing off, other people from other country, mainly Mexico. But it was a great card, man. The first 9 or 8 are all pretty much all local.
Local dudes, yep.
People from Quebec. Actually, they're all from Quebec except for Steve. So, the way that Eye of the Tiger, kudos to Eye of the Tiger, we actually get to see how they put on an event.
Yeah.
And it was a successful one. Shout outs to the owner, shout outs to the promoter, everyone, ESPN, Top Rank, everyone that actually made this happen, man. It's eye-opening because again, we want our goal is to actually use this platform to get our voices heard, to actually start to, bring this to the West.
Yeah.
So seeing these guys, being in the business for a long time, being the veteran of the sport in Canada, seeing them put on this type of event is just, it's amazing, man. It makes you want to, like, bro, why can't we just have this? So that's what we're aiming for. But shout outside to the Tiger, hell of an event that you guys put on, hell of a card, and a successful night for you guys. So kudos to y'all.
Yeah, it was really good, man. So let's start off with we'll start off with the main event.
Yeah.
The main event, which was Christian Mbilli versus
Demond
Nicholson. Man. When we were ringside and just seeing those guys in the ring, huge.
Big 168
big
pound.
boys, 168, but they don't look like they 168, man. They look like at least 190.
Yeah.
If not 185, 200.
Man, the main event, I think that's that's probably the second, or if not the first. The actual main event is the actual first number one fight in my opinion, because it's just, man, Christian Mbilli, that's my first time seeing him fight. He put on a show. He was able to actually get rid of a guy that Demetrius Andrade was not able to get rid of.
Yeah.
He went to distance with Demetrius. Edgar Berlanga knocked him down like 3-4 times, but couldn't get him out.
Yeah.
Demond Nicholson is, kudos to you too, because you fought back.
Yeah,
For a guy like Berlanga, he was what, I think 17 straight knockouts, and the guy that broke that was Demond.
Yeah. So
that says a lot, because he's tough as nails. He came from all the way from Maryland to Quebec to not to take a dive.
Yeah, exactly.
He was there. He was ready to fight. But Christian Mbilli, man, he's a hell of a prospect. I'd say for now, he's a hell of a prospect. He's coming up, and at 168, obviously Canelo has the belts. He's gonna fight Charlo. We'll see how that happens. But work your way up. Now that you got rid of Demond, maybe move on to a better competition. Maybe move on to the States.
Yeah.
Get that Berlanga fight. Get the Demetrius. Hell, if you can get a Benavidez fight, a Caleb Plant fight, a Jamal Charlo fight.
To be big.
Anything that'll,
Sky's the limit at this
exactly,
point, man.
man.
He's 25-0. What is it?
21
knockouts
Yep.
now. Like, I think he deserves a title shot. Well, not, possibly not. Maybe, who knows? But
he deserves more exposure.
Exactly. At that point, it's like now more than ever. It's like, bro,
Exactly.
he proved it, right? So time to get the bigger fights.
Yeah. I'm excited. He was a WBC and WBA Continental Americas whatever champion. Get the actual belt, right? See if we can get to a Canelo fight. See if we can get to just closer. Get to probably not even Canelo, like just a Berlanga. Now that they're both in ESPN, Berlanga's actually in Matchroom now. But get something. You just get a higher division fight or higher competition fight. And I know the Tiger is doing the right thing, just slowly building his career.
Yeah.
And, just keep winning. Just keep winning. The sky's the limit for him.
Yep, exactly, man. And just in that knockout, though, round 4.
Oh,
crazy.
Down, what, 3 times? Yeah, 3 times. Man, from the ring, I can hear those punches.
Loud, man. Loud.
People say, oh, he took a dive. I'm like, no, he did it, man. We were there. We heard everything. And Demond Nicholson ain't no chump.
No.
He wasn't. For number one, he was bigger. He was longer. He wasn't there to just take an L. He fought back. He did good. But the pressure of Christian, his poise, everything, he was just perfect, man. That night, and again, hats off to you and your coach. Hell of a team.
Yeah.
Hell of a team. So.
Yeah, their whole team killed it that night too.
Yeah.
Really good night, man. And since we're talking about pressure, let's
move on to the mans, man. We gotta shout you out. The Dragon, Steve Claggett. Man, I know. How do I say it, man? The first few rounds. Before I give you your flowers, I want to give you flowers to Carlos Sanchez.
Yeah.
Man, the first 2-3 rounds, I was like, whoa. When we leading up to the promotion of the fight, we were saying, yo, this is gonna be fireworks.
They're both gonna fight.
First round, I was like, damn, there's fireworks already. Right?
Yeah.
Carlos Sanchez, man, he did not back down.
He hanged, bro.
The first round, they were literally head to head, bro, throwing punches. You know, Steve probably got a little bit more, but Carlos was throwing bombs from round 1 to round 10.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
He has a hell of a chin. He was there to just give it all, but pressure burst pipes, and that's exactly what happened. Steve, man, pressure fighting, not just that, it's disciplined pressure. Your defense was
unreal.
Dude. Everything was were gloves. Every punches were gloves. He was rolling, but he was he was moving forward while defending. That's one of the hardest things to do in boxing. Canelo does it well, and not a lot of people do it well.
Yeah, that's very true, man. His pressure was unreal the whole time. Like you said, man, everything was a glove. He was catching everything.
Yeah.
All day, right? People are like, oh, he's getting hit. No, man. The gloves.
It's loud because Carlos can punch, number one,
Yeah.
but everything were just hitting the gloves. So, man, Steve put on a great show, great performance, and in my opinion, you know, he what is it? 3 knockdowns.
3 knockdowns. Yep.
The first one to the body, the second one to the temple, and then the third one, I think it's another one to the body.
He has a body shot.
Yeah. So, man, I wish nothing but the best for Carlos. In my opinion, if I was in the corner, I would have stopped it after the 3rd round. Do I blame the ref for not stopping it? No. Why? Because he was fighting back.
Yep.
He was, for some reason, every time Steve gets him in the ropes, he has those 3 to 4 punches, and they were bombs. I mean, it sounded like bombs at least, but that reason alone tells the ref that, okay,
he's still good.
Still there.
He's still there. He's still coherent.
You know, but as a coach, your job is to take care of your fighter, not to get him killed there. So I think it should have been stopped a little earlier.
Yeah, after the 3rd knockdown, just throw the towel in, man, because at that point, he would have had to get a knockout.
Yeah.
Right? Because the body shot, I think that was round 7.
Yeah.
Or I think it was round 9. It was in the later rounds. And at that point, it's like, dude, he has no answer for it.
Yeah, it's like 7 or 8. But yeah, absolutely, I agree. I thought it was actually going to get stopped. But he keeps... I think these are the Mexicans, how they just keep fighting back.
Yeah, they keep fighting, yeah.
So, I mean, if I'm the ref, I probably would have done the same, not stop the fight. But it's not up to obviously it's up to the ref. But the fighter, Carlos, will always fight back. So it's up to you as a trainer to actually, call it off, because you see the fight as it is. As a fighter, I'm going to fight. Hell, if that was 12 rounds, Carlos Sanchez probably would have fought the whole 12 rounds.
Yeah,
right?
literally, bro. Literally, man. I want to count the punches, bro, that Steve threw. He just kept going. He was just throwing punches, walking them down every single round.
Yeah.
Didn't slow down, which is
from
crazy.
round 1 to round 10. Pressure. Oh, man, it was crazy. I think Steve threw at least 1,000 punches that fight.
Has to be.
At least.
Yeah. He was just very active, very busy.
Really active.
So his gas tank, his pressure, defense, that's a big thing.
Defense.
All on point. It truly was a masterclass on Steve's end.
Absolutely, right? Man. And still,
baby.
What's next, man? What's next for this guy?
He needs a title shot, man. He's in the top 12. Man,
yeah.
Push for the title, man.
I think he's getting closer. We're gonna see Devin Haney versus Prograis for the WBC. We have Rolly that got beat by Grandpa, but he still has the belt.
Yep.
And then who's the other one? Forgot the other one, but there's another guy that holds another belt. So there's a lot. Sky's the limit for Steve. Eye of the Tiger, I think they're aiming for right now. They're just aiming for a title shot. Get up to the States, or get those guys to Canada. But yeah, that's the next step, man. I think we're ready for a world title shot, and I think Calgary is ready for a world champion, man. So
hell yeah,
I can't wait.
Baby steps. Well, it's not baby steps no more, man. It's big boy steps.
It's been a long time
exactly,
coming, man. So we wanna be there. We wanna be there.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. In the wise words of Steve Claggett, man. Piece by piece,
we build the
beats, man. I love that. So we'll end it off on that note, guys. Let us know if you guys saw that fight, what you guys thought of Steve's performance and Billy's performance, everyone else's performance. I want to give out one shout out though, man. One shout out to the one crazy fighter we saw yesterday night. John Orobio,
Switch hitter.
switch hitter. First round, put him out. Crazy.
That's it.
Dude,
I didn't,
crazy.
to be honest, I didn't, he's so fast. I didn't see the punch. It was a body shot.
Yeah, it was
I was
nuts.
like, what the?
I was like, what
the
the
guy
hell?
didn't stand, but yeah.
Yeah, man. So shout out,
you, man.
shout out to John Rubio. Shout out to everyone
Everyone.
on that fight card. Eye of the Tiger. You guys are killing it.
Hell of an event. We can't wait for more because
Yeah, we'll be there.
we'll be there. Montreal probably, whoever. Montreal, Quebec City, Calgary, you know what I mean? Like Vancouver.
We'll make it out there.
Man, you guys got to do a world tour. That's number one. But
That's the one, man. That's the one. So, guys, until next time, my name is Mpezi,
Stefan SB.
and we are out of here. Bye, Quebec.